What's up, sports bettors? We've already given out a lot of player props for tonight. So Giannis over 48.5 PRAs, AJ Green under 25.5 receiving yards. We have a hockey parlay, and then we have DeAndre Hopkins over 59.5 receiving yards, and then this player not to have an assist. So we're going to be going through a lot more player props. I have two more for you on Thrive Fantasy. And what's so interesting about this company is they just give you better prices than most of their competitors, right? So you'll notice any two-leg parlay on this platform that we ever place is 1,000 to win 3.6K. If you're trying to bet on Prize Picks, it's always 1,000 to win 3,000. Any two picks you select, 1,000 to win 3,000. So what's cool about Underdog Fantasy, and again, like literally just saying this because there's been a lot of opportunity on there. This isn't something I'm paid to say or anything like that. This is just a platform where you can find value a lot easier because they're giving you higher payouts, right? Compared to Prize Picks and Underdog Fantasy. So for example, the first player prop I ended up going with is Embiid over 41.5 PRAs. So we're getting this at minus 111 implied odds on Thrive Fantasy, minus 111 implied odds. And again, it's like, what does implied odds mean? So if we go ahead and we kind of take a look, let's actually just switch over here. If we take a look at a parlay calculator, you're going to notice if you put in minus 111, you're getting 1,000 to win 3,600. So essentially, this is a platform, Thrive Fantasy, where you're always getting any two-pick entry, any two-pick parlay is going to be 1,000 to win 3,600. So essentially, they're charging the implied juice. The juice is minus 111, which you can see right here, right? So $1,000 to win 3,600, implied juice of minus 111. So we're looking for value in all of our bets at minus 111 odds. So what you'll notice is in this Embiid play, we can get him over 41.5 PRAs. Bet Online, Pinnacle, two of the sharpest bookmakers, offshore sports books, they're pricing this at minus 143 and minus 147 respectively, right? DraftKings and Caesars both have this minus 120 and minus 129. Other sports books have his PRAs line even higher, right? PointsBet has the over 42.5 PRAs at minus 125. FanDuel has it at minus 106. So kind of we're using all this data in the market to get a sense that hey, being able to get Embiid over 41.5 at minus 111 seems pretty dang good, especially because two of the sharpest sports books out there are pricing this at minus 147 and minus 143. So that's the first play we want to be on because we need two picks on Thrive Fantasy. Profit margin of this bet, 2.41%. So, the goal of the OddsJam YouTube is really to show you, how sharp bettors, how professional sports bettors, people who do this for a living, use data to bet on sports, right? And sportsbooks typically charge a 4 to 5% VIG. So when you're trying to beat the VIG, you're not trying to get rich overnight with some crazy parlay. That's not how you make money sports betting, right? You consistently try to beat the VIG and get an edge. That's the data-driven way to make money sports betting. If you want to just place crazy parlays, go to 7-Eleven, get a lottery ticket, right? OddsJam is very different. OddsJam is about helping you identify value in the odds. So for example, if you wanted to bet on Giannis, his over in terms of PRAs, that would be most advantageous on Prize Picks because the line is set the lowest, right? And you'd want to play it in a 5-pick flex play because 5-pick flex plays on Prize Picks are much better odds, implied odds, than 2-pick entries, which are minus 137. So using data to try to find those few spots where sports books, these fantasy companies, are slipping up, that's really what OddsJam is all about. And you'll see those plays on the Positive EV tool. So the next play I ended up going with, which I really also like for tonight, is going to be Kyler Murray. Lower profit margin, you can see right here, under 245.5 passing yards. So if we take a look at this, for Thursday Night Football, we have Saints Cardinals. Should be a wild game. You'll notice that PointsBet has his line set at 240.5, so 5 yards lower. FanDuel has it 3 yards lower at 242.5. And then, most of the sports books, Caesars, DraftKings, WinBet, Bet Online, Pinnacle, they all have the under 245.5, passing yards line, very juiced. So WinBet has it minus 140, minus 130 on DraftKings. So long story short, we're looking at all this data in the market and we're like, hey, FanDuel and PointsBet both have his passing yards, line set even lower. Any sportsbook offering his line at 245.5, they have the under juiced from like minus 130 to minus 140. So we're getting a lot of value once again at minus 111. So that's the second pick I ended up going with on Thrive Fantasy. So 2 picks, played it a bit smaller. The profit margin isn't as good as, some of these previous ones, which were incredible. This one was absolutely incredible. Mitch Marner to record an assist, Crosby to record an assist. Those both were very, very good. Like, I think if we can go and we can take a look. So if we go to, what games is this in? So if we go ahead and we take a look, so this is in the Maple Leafs game. And then in the Kings game, so if we go to the Kings game and we go to player assists, we can take a look at what this parlay would come out to on Caesars. And it's really eye-opening in terms of, just like how much differentiation and variation there is between sports books and why you need to be line shopping and looking for value if you want to make money betting on sports long term. So we have the first bet selected on Caesars. Minus 145, Crosby to get an assist. Second, we had Marner in the Maple Leafs game. So if we take a look at Maple Leafs stars, we head over to player props and we take a look at Marner. What we're going to, oh, wow. That's not his assist line. I thought his assist line was at 2.5. I was like, that doesn't make any sense. So you can see on Caesars, this parlay comes out to 1,000 to win 2.8K, right? Plus 183 odds. We're getting 1,000 to win 3,600, so $800-ish higher, right? That's how you beat the VIG consistently. You find value, right? You beat the juice, you find value. That's how we found all of our plays for tonight. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully it was informative about how to use these fantasy companies, kind of look for value. Again, it's harder to find profitable bets on Prize Picks because as opposed to placing juice at minus 111 like you are on Thrive, where it's just any bet they have is going to be at minus 111 because any parlay is 1,000 to win 3,600. It's just harder, on Prize Picks to find profitable bets. Same with Underdog Fantasy. And again, that's just because the implied juice is worse. Like on, Prize Picks in a 3-pick entry, you're getting minus 141 juice, and a 2-pick entry, you're getting minus 137. So long story short, you just have to really understand these platforms, how to find value, and yeah, hopefully this video was helpful. Let's make some money, guys.